Welcome, everybody, to the RnR Catcast, a fan-based podcast focusing on Montana State athletics. We're two dudes named Ryan from the state of Washington talking about our dear Montana State. We hope you enjoy. All right, welcome back, Bobcat fans. Thanks for joining us on an instant reaction show. No Thorning tonight, but I'm here with my good buddy Zach Lavier. We're on the heels of being 10-0. And Bobcat fans, that is history right there. And before you do anything, tell yourself, my Montana State Bobcats are 10-0. Just sit and appreciate that because it's a damn good thing.
Technical difficulties tried to bring us down tonight, but you know what, man? Nothing can bring us down after that one. We're 10-0 for the first time in school history. Woo!
It was pretty much a miracle getting this CatCast started tonight, but we got there.
Don't think we don't do anything for you guys. I mean, we try. We spent the last 30 minutes trying to get this thing to work, but we're here. It's a Saturday night. Basketball team's playing right now, so I'm going to try not to be too distracted. We've already gotten off topic while we're planning this, but a 49-7 butt whooping at Bobcat Stadium for the first time in a month, and it feels good, man. It feels really good.
It's surreal, dude. It really is. It's historic, like I said. It's amazing. I know we get so far ahead of ourselves thinking about the next game. Julius Davis at the end of this presser today, or at the end of the game was a presser. Again, just beating the dead horse of 1-0 mentality. And it's not a dead horse. It's like alive. It's and well, because whatever that does for the guys, it is 100% effective. And they are just taking care of business. And it's weird, Zach. Like, this game was like so many of our other games. It's odd to me to see the Montana State Bobcats just completely dominant. And so we have a smattering of these games where Chance Wilson gets in, the whole second, the third team gets in. And it's always at home because we're just dominating at home. It's cool to see, dude, but it's odd. It's odd and cool at the same time.
An amazing environment too. I know it was a 1:00 game, but Bobcat Nation showed out once again. Everybody was packed in there. It was a beautiful day. I was in a t-shirt for most of the second half.
Wow.
You guys showed up, man. It was a gorgeous day for football. Those California kids came in here and we smacked them in the mouth. And it was over pretty quickly. Besides a couple of little hiccups, a solid performance all around. Great job from everybody. You took care of business. You gave the home crowd what they came to see. And now there's going to be more home game, at least 2 more home games this year at Bobcat Stadium. But we got 2 weeks and the 1-0 mentality persists.
All right. Well, so let's talk about a little bit about the rundown for the show. This is our instant reaction show, which is predicated on running down to the Big Sky. There is a couple games going on right now, or one game, and then it just started. And then the Grizzlies playing UC Davis will happen later on, so we can't speak to that. So we'll go down through the Big Sky, but we'll
Aggies.
also, Montana State just win 39-48 right now against Wichita State. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little bit sidetracked over here. I got one screen over here.
See, I turned it off because I was going to do the show and actually, follow this thing. Don't spoil it, man. Come on, let's do this.
Okay, sounds good. So let's get into the Big Sky, and then we'll get into the good, and the okay, and what did you call it? The Bobby Hawks?
Yeah, that's what the Reddit FCS on Twitter started calling it. The good, the bad, the Bobby Hawk, which I kind of love.
Okay, all right. So let's start over at Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington went over to Greeley and hung it to the Northern Colorado Battling Bears, 43-15. Kiko Vesperis was back today. Eastern put 22 points up in the first quarter, 7-7 and 7 thereafter. Northern Colorado hit 8 in the second and 7 in the third. But yeah, Eastern bounces back. I keep thinking Eastern is just slightly better than what we all give them credit for. And, they won down in a snowy Greeley. There was snow piles everywhere down in Colorado. I did not know there was that much snow already in Colorado. That's kind of crazy.
It's dumping there right now. All right, I'll go next with my Idaho State Bengals going into Ogden and winning 43-35. I just pulled up ESPN. It says that this is their first victory in Ogden since 1984.
Wow.
So, a while, but Cody Hawkins and the Bengals go in there. They're now 5-5. So, something something to keep an eye on. I know I have a beer bet with Thorny about the ending performance of Idaho State, but they're a team headed in the right direction. It's good to see, and unfortunately, Weber seems to be a team heading in the other direction. So as one rises, the other falls. But a lot of points scored over in Ogden.
The demise of Weber is something I did not see coming. The uptick of Idaho State is something I thought would be happening. They're at Eastern Washington next week, and then they play Idaho. Uh, looks like in the Kibbie Dome, or not in the Kibbie Dome. In what's their dome called over in Pocatello?
It used to be Holt Arena. It is now
That's
the
right.
ICCU Dome.
Ooh, there you go. Good job.
Oh
All
yeah.
righty. Well, a game I was keeping track of was Idaho and Portland State. Portland State scrapped it up with Idaho, but Idaho pulled away at the very end, 39-30. Of course, Jason Eck went for it, 4th and 3, and they took care of business. Jack Wagner looked like he had Jack Wagner. Wow. So that's different. I did not see that coming. Interesting. So in this game, it looks like Jack Wagner had some passing yards, which means their other quarterback, who is their other quarterback? I can't think of right now.
Lane, I believe is his last name, who's been their starter, who broke his collarbone, and I think he was back next week, but
Mm.
I didn't pay attention. Maybe he was out before the game. Not sure.
Yeah,
Mm.
so it was Jack Wagner went 11 for 17, 205. So that's interesting. Anyways, uh, I thought fighting Sacherays could pull up an upset on Idaho, but nope.
They dang
And
near
so,
tried.
yeah, it kind of confirms to me a little bit of what I've been thinking about Idaho lately, as well as I just don't think they're as good as they were last year. And I knew that
No.
going in, for a while, but to struggle with down in Portland State, that's not a good look. And look at that, Montana State's within 7 against Wichita State. That's pretty good, man. I'll be
Pretty good
sprinkling in
indeed.
some
We'll sprinkle in
basketball
at the end.
stuff.
We'll sprinkle in the end. Yeah, we're very distracted while we bring you this instant reaction show tonight. The other game going on with I think we kind of touched on it, but Cal Poly and NAU just started. Looks like Cal Poly is driving right now, and then we got the big one tonight. The other game that I paid attention to in the FCS is South Dakota State laid the wood to North Dakota today, which was kind of the only game of interest that I was really looking at. 38-7. I think it was 31-7 at half.
It's a good win by the Jackrabbits.
They need it, man.
Were you at the game?
Today, yes, I was. So I was in a very sunny, very happy Bobcat Stadium today. Great day for football. Great, kind of I mean, Veterans Day is Monday, so great military appreciation flyover. Great crowd. It was a good day all around.
Yeah, I was wondering about the crowd. Like, we haven't been back at Bobcat Stadium since Idaho. So, did they come back out? It looked good on TV. What was the vibe?
Oh yeah, it was full. So we can get into this. I kind of the debate that I've going into because I sometimes wander around the stadium and we have the little grass berm for standing room only, and I see when it's 20 rows deep of people, like when you have like 1,000 people trying to cluster in there. The thought I just keep having is, boy, we need a bigger stadium. Like I love Bobcat Stadium, but the north side needs to go, and that should be our next project in my mind for athletic. You know, I know as we continue our dominance of just doing new and more improved projects, I think that side needs to be the next project to expand Bobcat Stadium.
Yeah, I'm
I know
with
you
you
want
on
to bowl
that.
in the end zone. I don't know how I feel about that because there's not a ton of room down there, and you got to make those customers in the end zone happy because to have those tailgates in the end zone, they pay a lot of money. So I'm not so sure. I think we just need to expand the one side of the stadium.
I just wanted to feel more cozy down in there because I want the sound to echo throughout there. It just seems that's the I want it to be if an opposing team is driving down there, I want some distraction. pretty much. I know we have the huge scoreboard in the BAC. I don't know how you do it, but Montana State has a ton of architects. I'm sure they could figure it out.
Well, I hope something's next because I don't feel bad. I just think more if we could lower ticket prices, add more seats, get more people in that house, it just makes the home environment just that much better. So any way to improve the stadium, I love Bobcat Stadium, but just making it a little bigger, add more fans into that place would be awesome. And I think the fan base has now proved a couple of years in a row that we can sell out just about any game and whoever comes into our place.
How about Thorny being on the hype video
I
talking just
know.
about
I'm so
that, right?
excited about that. We were talking about that. If you didn't see it, Thorny made an appearance on the hype video talking about my quote, but he gets the credit. Good for him.
Yeah,
I
that's a
watched
cool
that video
moment.
probably 100 times, like getting ready yesterday and today. Yeah, that was a good one. They did well.
Yeah, it's a good moment. All right, man. Well, let's get into the good. Obviously, I'm going to start off with Montana State being 10-0. Historically, never happened before. Montana State just absolutely crushing Sac State. The last time Sac State, well, no, Sac State came last year, but I was at the last. Thorny and I were at the last time Montana State lost in Bobcat Stadium when Sac State was. It was 2019. I think that must have been 2019 when they beat us on homecoming. Man, I don't know what's going on with the Stingers. Andy Thompson being a defensive minded coach, it's kind of surprising. We almost had 600 yards of rushing. We did not eclipse our uh, 2022 game over at Cal Poly. We were slightly short of that. We had how many yards? It was 500 and oh shucks. I'm going to
I'll
lose it
pull it
right
up
here.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, box score. But anyways, in an unbelievable amount of rushing yards, 508. Holy smokes. 508. They called off the
They
dogs.
could not stop us.
No, they called off the dogs. I was like, in our text group, I was like, can we get 600? And that got a lot of likes. And then we put in the second and third strings. I think though, if Jabez Woods would have caught that 1 yard, would have caught that third and I'm not sure what it was, but he was 1 yard short of the sticks on the last drive. If he would have got one more yard, I think we
I
would
think
have
we get it.
eclipsed. Yeah, I think we would have
Yeah.
eclipsed the record. So but Coach Vegan decided to punt it, being Midwest nice, Coach Vegan. I was hoping somebody was going to be in his ear saying, "Hey, dude, we can get the rushing record right here in Bobcat Stadium." I know we got the rushing record for Bobcat Stadium, but all time, that would have been sweet.
It was it was pure dominance and just seeing, the spoils of riches of who was running the football today.
You know,
I
when your third running back is
Jeez.
Julius Davis, you're like, "Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, are you kidding me?" Wow.
Everybody looked good. Everybody got in on the party today. Just a great game, guys. Well done. 1-0 mentality. Uh, I think Tom Stuber tweeted that in 1986 we had 555 yards total rushing the entire season. And we nearly did that today in one game, which is crazy.
Oh gosh, of course Tom has that stat. That's awesome. I love
Yeah,
it.
that one I was like, "Oh man," but yeah, I mean that's kind of our good category. Tommy played great and not a lot of complaints to him. He played like he should. Didn't they we really didn't ask a ton of him.
No, everything
And
was open for him too.
he didn't get
Whatever
hit
he
a lot
wanted.
either was the nice
No.
thing is even when he was passing, just keeping Tommy healthy. We're calling games where he doesn't have to do a lot. Obviously he's got his speed and he can get to the outside and he's scrambled, but he's getting to the sideline or sliding. He's not getting hit while he's running, which is awesome.
I think his level of play right now, just his awareness of how to keep him going and keep him healthy while maintaining a high level of play is phenomenal. Like he's not just running anymore. Like the old Tommy, like sophomore year, even into his junior year, he's just like, oh, I'm going to take this. I'm going to put the team on our back. He's being so much smarter and just opening up everything else. It's opening up the pass game. It's opening up uh, the run game. you know, People aren't just keying in on him. That's how we get 500 yards of rushing, which is just ridiculous stat. He's playing Walter Payton Ward. winning football right now.
Dare we say it?
Yeah, dare we say it? I'm there, bro. Like he is a legit candidate for that award. We'll see what happens. I think he can. I think if if we go the next couple weeks, UC Davis and then Cat Grizz and take care of business, and we're 12-0. How do you not give it to him?
Well, there's a quarterback in Fargo, North Dakota, who's playing out of his mind too. So we'll see what happens there. But you want to move on? Do you got anything in your okay category?
Uh, I wanted to go back to the good. I thought Ty McCullough had a really good game. The
He
first
did.
catch he had in the round to start off with that just burner speed that he has, just set the tone. And when he had his end around and went to the house, I was like, oh, it's going to be that type of game. We're just going to be able to go.
Yep.
And so, uh, yeah, I was really stoked for him. And
Nice,
yeah,
man.
I'm not sure I have anything in the okay category besides maybe second team. I mean, if we're just nitpicking, second team giving up a touchdown right there. Yeah, I don't know,
But they
man. It
didn't
was
do it before halftime, and that's all that matters because we got to pick. Because I was sitting there watching them drive, and I was like, "This is the most Bobcat thing ever." I was like, of course, right before half, they're going to drive down and score a touchdown, and it's going to be the most Bobcat thing ever. But nope, we get a pick in the end zone. Shout out to the defense on that for holding.
everybody knows that's my pet peeve is when we allow people to score right before half. But yes, a pick. John Johnson played it perfect. That was a pressure sack. That was a pressure pick, I should say. Carson Conklin was falling back as he threw that. But yes, we still haven't had a defensive touchdown this year.
We've had a punt block though, so I kind of count that.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Did they return it for a touchdown? Oh yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
was
That.
the Rylan Ort blocked at Zach Cruz, but that was also Mercy
Yep.
Hurst. So
Yep. Yeah.
yep.
All right.
Anyway, my okay, 6 penalties for 50 yards today, man. I mean, it's been better, but they seem to come in just unseen circumstances, and got to be disciplined, especially in these last 2 games. I'm getting a little nervous. It's like you can't false start, you can't have an illegal formation, you can't have a big personal foul call in moments that give the other team an advantage, and the next 2 teams we play will take advantage of our mistakes. Make no mistake about that.
We had 2 personal foul calls today,
Yeah.
and it just made me just I was yelling at the TV. I'm like, "This can't be it." And that is an absolute work upon for the Cats because you are absolutely right. If we continue that ticky tack bull crap, it's going to cost us, man. And it might not cost us against Davis even or the Grizz, but if we get into like a slugfest with one of the Dakota State schools and everything's on the line, and we got 15 yards here, 15 yards there, man, that's just not okay. And Montana State has been a little bit penalty prone lately.
Yep. Got to with that 1-0 mentality, it's got to also be discipline. I mean, we got to be a disciplined football team, and we're in
Yeah.
November, so that's the other thing. I only have one thing in the bad category. It's ball security was a little concerning today. The fact that somebody who doesn't fumble, Scottrey Humphrey, ball squirts out, we get it. Okay, couple plays later, Adam Jones just hits him right in the perfect spot, and that ball just squirts out again. And just seeing that twice in the same drive, it was icky is the word that comes to mind. Is that was just an icky drive. I don't know if it was just a snafu of what we were doing or the drive, but that I don't know if that's a concern, but it's definitely it's not a red flag to me, but it's like a yellow flag raised of come on guys, hold on to the ball. There hasn't been an issue all year.
It was 14-0 at that point, and when Adam Jones fumbled the ball, I was like, if we go up 21-0, this game's over already. And then we fumble it. I was like, that's just like missing the dagger right there. Like we should be able to put that game away at that moment. And I think that Adam Jones has fumbled twice now this year, maybe 3
Yeah.
times. He's had some ball security issues, and on the text thread, I was like, "Sit him." And one of the older gentlemen, they're like, "No."
It's like whoa. Okay, we don't
They're
need to
like,
go that
"No,
far.
no, we need to keep feeding him and continue to have some patience." I was like, "Okay, you're probably right, but not a good look." Yeah. So other than that, man, there's not much to complain about. I'm still
Yep.
just happy as pie right now. 10-0 mentality. 10-0 mentality.
10-0 mentality.
That's
Well,
that's the
yeah,
mentality that would not get you
you're
to
not
ten
on
and 0.
social media, but they have a graphic where it was a 1-0, and then they have the 1 scoot over to a 0 to make it 10-0, which was kinda cool. I was like, "Ah, that's a cool graphic."
Oh my gosh. It is not alarming. It's just like every time anybody speaks for the Bobcats, players or coaches, they mention the 1-0 mentality. I can't believe it, man. It's awesome, dude. It's awesome. And now I'm just so pumped to go to Davis next week and watch our team play against a really good Davis team.
I I mean, you gotta just look at how good things are right now. I mean, he's coached 51 games now, and he's 42-9 as the coach of the Bobcats.
Yeah.
He's got a conference title under his belt. He's got a championship appearance under his belt. He's only lost 3 Big Sky Conference games in 4 years at this point. I mean, it's an impressive resume up to this point, and it's a testament to what we've become. And it started under Wada Cruzado when she came into Montana State all those years ago and built the end zone and, made sports important to Montana State, which I think is big, and put us on the map. And then we get, we get Leon Costello in here, and he brings just winners around him. I don't think the dude's had a bad hire in his life. And when you get winners like that and you just keep winning, it's a great time to be a Bobcat. I'm stoked right now.
What did Keaton say? These are the good old days.
These are the good old days right now, man. It's nice to be in it. I'm not taking this for granted at all. I'm loving every minute. I don't care if Sac was down, pummeling a team like that at home, seeing the crowd, seeing everybody hyped up, the band. It's a great time. Get on board. Circle the wagons, get on the train.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the best time. You're right. Every Bobcat should just pause for a moment and not nitpick anything and just be like, Bobcats are 10-0. It is. Look around. Look at the stadium. Look at.
We've lost 3 conference
Jeez,
games.
dude. Just it's
3
it's
since
it's
COVID.
so much fun right now. So much fun. Just appreciate it because,
Yeah.
like you said, you never know when it's going to go away. So just appreciate it.
Yep. All right, we'll wrap this up a little bit. We had a basketball game to start the year. The women, I'll just shout out the women real quick. They have a win against Chardon State and Troy. They are 2-0. They have looked really good. And then our men fall to Wisconsin, but make it feisty at the end.
Yeah, I'm just watching on the corner of
We're
my eye.
currently watching a game right now too, so we're distracted.
62-51. So yeah. The Cats, I mean, my early returns on the Cat team, we look really athletic and way bigger than we did last year. And it just seems like the guys are trying to learn to play with each other right now. So we're playing Wisconsin and Wichita State, who are like really good teams, like teams
Notorious
like
teams that make the tournament and win games in the tournament.
yeah, Montana State would love to be where Wichita State is in a couple years, and they could. That'd be like a good comp, I think, for Montana State. So yeah, I think we're on the right path. I'm excited to see the guys gel throughout the season and make some waves. It's gonna be a fun season. I love the crossover season. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
basketball's back! You turn it on and get to watch, and then we get to listen to you talk about it. So there you go.
I hope the break is packed, and so much more to come on that, but we look athletic, man. That's my first takeaways is we look like a team that can score points and play defense. And again, when you look at those moral victories and those little things, I mean, Coach Logie was pumped after that game of how we played.
That's cool.
So we we look like a good team. I hope we play like it the whole year. Good, positive early season. But all right, man, I'll let you guys take the rest of it for everything you guys get to talk about in the main show. But thanks for having me on tonight. I'm hyped, man. Hyped. Gonna go watch this Grizz game and root hard for the Aggies.
Sounds good, man. Let's get out of here with Go Cats.
Go Cats.
Go Cats.